And, that was a bit scary.
What are you making?
So I'm making potato Rösti with an everything seasoning. So you know, like in the Jewish delis in New York, you've got the bagel with the cream cheese and the lox and the pickle and everything that you love. Mm-hmm. So it's the same thing, but with a Rösti.
Yum.
Yeah.
Do you know everything bagel is my favorite bagel? But it gives you bad breath.
I'll call you. I won't give you bad breath, but come back and try it in a couple of minutes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah?
Yes. All right. Enjoy.
So I'm preparing the pickle for the Rösti. So I've got some sliced cucumbers. I'm going to add a little bit of sugar, a bit of salt, and I'm going to add these mustard seeds. And they've been blanched like 3 times just to get some of that mustardy harshness out, and they kind of plump up in the water and they're ready to go straight into the pickle. And I'm just going to give that a nice mix. So rice wine vinegar, mustard seeds, cucumber thinly sliced, sugar, and salt. And this will sit for about half an hour to the cucumbers to lightly pickle, and then I'm going to add some red onion just before I use them. So now I'm going to make the Rösti. So I've got some grated potato here. This is King Edward. You could use Mary's Piper as well. And I want to get some of that liquid in the potato out, so they can crisp up and crunch up. But you can leave some of the liquid in, so it's not completely and utterly dry, because that gives you moisture as well. So I'm going to do it in 2 batches. So half the potatoes go in, and I'm going to wrap it in the towel and then mix it up and just squeeze really, really well. So I'm getting rid of some of that liquid. So all that goes into this mixing bowl. There you go. So that feels quite dry. And now I'm going to do a second batch. That's it. So that should be fine. Back in the bowl. That's it. So that's my potato. I'm cooking my Rösti with ghee, so not butter, so it doesn't burn when it cooks over the stove. So I'm adding some of the ghee, the clarified butter, into my potatoes. Quite a lot of salt, so kind of like 2 of these teaspoons roughly of this flaky salt, and some pepper. So quite generous with the pepper. It's really nice that it's nice and peppery. So, and then I'm adding some panko breadcrumbs. And those will absorb some of the liquid, the remaining liquid in the potatoes, and also give you a really nice crunch. So we've got panko, ghee, salt and pepper, and those ringed out potatoes. And I'm just going to give it a good mix so everything is mixed together nicely. And now I'm going to add some more ghee into this pan. So this is a shallow saute pan. You can use a frying pan as well. So quite a lot of ghee goes in right at the beginning. And again, I'm using ghee and not butter so it doesn't burn. Also, ghee has got a really nice flavor. So you don't want it to be smoking, you want it to be just melted and hot. Now that the ghee is hot, I'm just gonna throw this in there. We can kind of hear it hissing, which is really exactly what you want. And I'm gonna just use this palette knife to just spread it out. First of all, so it's kind of spread out evenly all over the pan. And now I'm gonna leave it for about 25 minutes on medium heat, just to let the bottom really go nice and crispy, because that will hold it all together. So obviously there's no egg in there, everything is held by the potato, so you want to give it its time. So this is waiting for about 25 minutes to flip over, and I'm gonna make my everything seasoning, which is the extra good thing. Kind of a take on the everything seasoning. Oh, hi.
I heard everything.
So my everything seasoning, it's got traditional things, which is the sesame seeds and the onion granules and the garlic. But this is Ottolenghi, so it's got nigella seeds.
Nice.
And some Aleppo chili.
Very nice. A bit of spice.
A bit of spice. Okay, kind of different. And it's a wonderful thing because that in your cupboard, some salt.
Definitely.
Of course, that in your cupboard on the shelf in a jar is just waiting to be used, right?
Absolutely.
Like that is like that for me can go over eggs, over roasted vegetables. It kind of highlights the vegetables over salad. It's just a wonderful thing to have.
The garlic and the onion and the nigella really stand out.
It's really good, isn't it?
It's given me an idea, actually. Can you leave me some?
You can have some.
Yes.
So I've got my pickle and my everything seasoning, which Verena approved of, which is nice for me. And I'm gonna make a quick cream cheese to go with. So essentially it's cream cheese and spring onion all mixed together. And that would make it the kind of the holy trinity of the Jewish deli bagel. So you've got the seasoning, the pickle, the cream cheese. I suppose I'm missing the lox, the smoked salmon, but you can take it or leave it. You can have both. So I'm just going to chop up the spring onion really, really fine. And all that I add to the cream cheese. And then I'm just gonna mix it up together. So it goes like nice and green and oniony and creamy, everything together. So a perfect contrast to the Rösti, which will go really nice and crispy. I'm gonna look at my Rösti, and the indication is that it just moves all at once in one piece. So it kind of leaves the sides of the pan, and after about half an hour on the medium heat, it should really be cooked. So I'm gonna turn it over, flip it over. So this is the moment where you need to stay calm and collected and make sure everything works for you. And I'm just gonna flip that over this way. Woo! That looks great. So I'm gonna leave that on the plate for a minute and add a bit of the ghee that's left here because I want to cook the other side. And that was a bit scary. And I'm gonna just kind of gently slide it in there. There you go. And that's the very, very, very happy sound of potato frying. So another 15 minutes or so, and then we can bring it all together. So this has been for 15 minutes. It's nice and looking beautiful and brown and golden and delicious. So I'm just gonna try and get it out of the pan. There you go. Perfect. I want Verena to be impressed, so I'm gonna do some nice wedges. I can hear her chuckling in the background. Do you want to come in? Because I can hear you.
I can smell it as well.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
The crust on it.
Oh, it's just beautiful. Look at that. Are you in a rush?
No, I'm just seeing it's past lunchtime.
Obviously, we want that kind of creaminess here, so I'm gonna give like you a nice blob of.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna add to my pickle. I'm gonna add the red onion.
Nice.
And some dill. So the red onion is very, very thinly sliced.
Yeah.
So it's not too harsh. But if you want to keep it a bit longer in the pickle, it will be a bit milder. So I'm gonna give you some of that beautiful pickle with a tiny bit of the juices everywhere.
Delicious.
And then the everything, sprinkled everywhere. How nice is that?
That's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
Yum. Okay.
Oh, this is a nice little place to sit.
It is. I'm gonna end up eating all of this.
That's very nice, isn't it?
Just works so well together, all of it. Like the potatoes, like the perfect vehicle for this.
Even better than a bagel.
Okay. Different.
Different. Yeah, it's just so good. It's like a flavor explosion, isn't it?
It's amazing. Very clever.
I want it to last forever.
So I took some of Yotam's everything seasoning, and I had an idea when he was making his Rösti that this would just go really nice with like a fried egg, so sprinkled on top as it's cooking. There we go. So before the whites of the egg set, I want to use the everything seasoning as my extra good thing, and I'm going to just sprinkle it all over the egg so that it sticks. Okay, so I've switched the heat off. They're nice and crispy around the edges. Perfect, just what I want. And I've got some toast. Yum, this is like my favorite breakfast treat on the weekends. Make it look a bit pretty. There we go. And then let's go in with the eggs. Some extra seasoning, because why not? And then I'm gonna eat. Yum.
Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. The links to all the recipes are below. And please also add comments below to what you did with your extra good things.
Not making any noise.